Hillview Regency. Alright. Okay. This is a very interesting thing. Within 30 seconds, we are able to generate a report, for any private residential unit in the whole of Singapore. That will give you the visualization with a map, with the amenities that are nearby, of course with other pricing information that goes along with it, which they can break it down and present it to their clients. So let's just wait a while. This illustrates the use of Google Maps static API, which we use to embed it into a PDF format. So it doesn't necessarily have to be online. You can actually put it into a PDF so that it allows your clients to print it out. It becomes much easier. All right.
How much is it? How much the report?
Not free, right? We do give sample of reports. Let me show you. Open this. Is it open?
Yeah.
Let me see if I need to track this out. Alright, I'm not very good at this computer. But basically, what you can see is, alright, there are a lot of pricing information, but that's not important. But what's more important is, if you look at this, there is some basic information over here that shows you the map, the location of the condominium they're talking about. And there are small bubbles around it, if you can see. The red ones are the MRT stations, the groceries, schools, hospitals, lifestyle, And they are all plotted out in the map that they can print it out. And over here, we show you the trains. The nearest MRT station is Bukit Batok, is 1.05 km away. Hillview MRT downtown line, due in 2015. So even those upcoming MRT stations can be plotted on the map, due in 1.57 km. But basically, this illustrates the use of the Google Maps API, the static API that allows you to embed it into the PDF report so that you can actually download freely. Okay, so the rest is, this one basically shows you which are the projects that are comparable to the one that you're looking at nearby. Again, it's another visualization that you can make use of. Yep. So with that basically ends my talk. To give you, show you an illustration of yeah, that's all.
I saw you.
Do you have any questions?
I saw you can actually retrieve all the amenities around one certain location and then customize the information for those amenities. Do you retrieve those information from Google API, or you just able to display them? You actually do not get the data, you just display them.
Okay, that's a good question. Let me show you again. Over here, in terms of the source of information, some of which you have to source yourself basically. But when you source, let's say for example, groceries and supermarkets. Groceries and supermarkets, you can, the information you get is from NTUC fair price, the location, we have to geolocate it. But basically, in order to present it on the map, there are a couple of challenges. One is, or rather there are a couple of ways. One is you can use a KML file, and overlay it on the map. But sometimes we find that is not very scalable because if there are just too many of these groceries in the whole of Singapore, you're going to take a long time to load unless you have some kind of clustering mechanism at the back end. So what we do is, for example, groceries, when we overlay the map, you can see that only limited grocery icons are shown. And when you zoom in, basically, you do an AJAX and pull in new information over there on the map, depending on the port view, and the location at which the people is looking at. So the more you zoom in, the more details you can see. And of course, like I mentioned, there are some of these amenities that we use KML to represent. So say for example, transport, right? MRT stations. Okay, let me remove the glossaries.
So those information you collect yourself, or is that from Google?
Okay, this information we have to collect ourselves. We have to create a KML, and a KML file is freely shareable. Or, usually it's on a public website, and you can use it. So essentially, if there are not just too many icons to put in, you can use a KML technology, which is very fast and easy. Otherwise, you can build in your own API to pull up dynamically.
How about the bus information you collect from SBS or?
Yeah, the bus information, yes, we have to collect from all the various sources. So we are really a data cruncher. But we use the map as a primary organization technology to show you all the information.
Is your website publicly accessible?
Yes, the website is publicly accessible, that's right. It's free to use actually.
So how do you sort of make use of this to help the property?
How do we make use of it? Okay, this is basically a B2B. Basically, we show it to the real estate agents. We work with the real estate agencies so that they enable them to bring this laptop down to their client, show it to them. We are not so much on the consumer side because they are.
Yes, but how do they pay you some fees or some service charges? If this is publicly available after they learn this thing.
Okay. Because some of the agents, they do, that is a little bit more on the business side, they do co-broking and that sort of stuff. So within the system, that's where they can actually post their properties and co-broke, basically, yeah.
Yeah, I just wondering, I'm a consumer, going back, okay, I think I used the website when I was looking at property.
Yeah.
I picked a property up recently. Wondering where will you have data for commercial buildings? Because I believe all your transaction data is from the
Singapore Land Authority.
Singapore Land Authority.
That's right.
When I was looking at property, the unit I was looking at, the data hasn't come in yet for the pricing because it takes about a few months before they update it.
Okay.
Or rather a month or so, I'm not sure. So
this is not too much related to Google, but basically the information comes from the Singapore Land Authority. There are caveats lodged. So caveats lodged usually depends on which source you get it from. The latest can come within 2 weeks, basically. Yeah. So it may not be a few months.
What about future parameters like new MRTs coming up? Do you have that also?
Yes, we have future MRTs that are coming up, but basically right now we are pretty much on a manual process. We will have to monitor with the Land Transport Authority and get all this information and put it on ourselves. Yeah. So that's not an automatic data feed at this point. Yeah. But the pricing information is, of course. Yeah.
How much do you need to pay for LTA for those data?
Okay. But we can discuss that separately, yeah? Yeah. With all the information. I think you can also check with content QI. So there are a lot of but basically the end thing is that in whichever city that you go into, it just doesn't have to be in Singapore. As long as there's a lot of information that's out there, you can actually organize it, into a location-aware application that will give the consumers a lot of choice, a lot of ways that you can use to visualize. Just like the game that we played in the beginning, visualization is much stronger than just words, and that is where the internet and the Google Maps and everything comes in, very very handy and helpful. Yeah.
To generate the PDF report takes about 30 seconds, and I believe it will take a lot of resources. How do you cope if there is a lot of users?
Yeah, okay. We actually run clusters of machines at the back end, because if you can see, it's a very comprehensive report. It's not just about the maps, but there are a lot of pricing information. We crunch at the back end, and there's a lot of design, a very beautiful design that is the back end, the phase 1 crunching, phase 2 crunching, until the last one is presentation layer. But basically, the report, you know, any kind of information that you want to show to your consumer must be the most updated, you know. So therefore, the report must be prepared on the fly in real time, and that is one of our key strengths. We are able. People usually think that reports is usually outdated, but we have actually made it real time, very customized, using a lot of very powerful server-side technologies. Yeah. And by the way, we are also hiring. So if any of you are interested, you can just come to be developers. Yeah. And we are growing very, very fast.
Do you have a mobile version?
No, not yet. We haven't had a mobile version yet, because right now, a lot of what we have done on this GWT is very, very heavy on mobile, and we need to have a very different light technology to enable a mobile version, which we haven't had the product yet, but it's in the pipeline.
Okay, folks. Any last question to Jeremy? Okay, so let's thank the speaker. Folks, we are at the end of session 1, so there are some refreshments at the back of the room. So we have around 15 minutes. So please help yourself, and we'll gather again for session 2. In session 2, we have 2 talks, plus 2 more demos, plus some more announcements from JTech. Thank you.
Yeah, I used to be a student as well. And then
Oh yes, yes, yes.